Yo, welcome back to the Nerds with Glasses podcast. I am your host, Knowledge.
And I'm Javi. Here at Nerds with Glasses, we're going to give you a nice little roundup of nice news from random websites.
From nice places, really nice games.
Yeah, nice games. Just that nice stuff.
What the fuck?
I don't know.
Game roundup for this week. So first story we're going to talk about is games that are going to come out or already came out.
Yeah.
Big story, of course, is Smash Brothers came out on Friday. You got it.
I've been playing it like non-stop, dude. I mean, it was a little bit... The demo definitely, I guess, didn't really do it justice. Like, I was playing the demo more and more. Like, I wasn't going to buy the game originally. And I don't know what I was going to do. And then I ended up just like, fuck, I'm going to buy it.
Yeah.
I bought the digital version.
By the way, I had no doubt he was gonna buy it. He
In my head.
Yeah, like he might have been like arguing with himself whether he was gonna get it or not. I was just like, yeah, bro, he's getting it. Like,
exactly.
Like, where's Javi? I think he's at midnight release right now. Like, waiting in
no,
line.
I decided against the hard copy.
Yeah.
I just bought the digital, downloaded it overnight, just played it, and I've been playing it. Like, all the characters are really cool. A lot of the characters, like Little Mac, is so much fun.
Yeah.
Like you've seen him. Like it's so weird that he's a character that doesn't have any air. Like I'm a person when I play Smash, I love being in the air.
Yeah.
So Little Mac, you can't be. So he like changes your playstyle so much. It's fucking fun, dude.
So he's like kind of a whole new style character.
Yeah, because like on the ground, like he just runs. Like you're holding the thing, he's just running back and forth.
Yeah.
And his attacks are like really powerful, but like they have a lot of like weaknesses. Or he has a lot of weaknesses that are made up with all that ground game he has now.
What other like new characters have you tried out?
Duck Hunt Dog.
How is he?
Dude, he's crazy. I love like he has his B moves are basically old games. Like his forward B is the skeet shoot. His B is like the shoot the can, and then his bottom is like he brings out one of those like 8-bit cowboys.
Yeah.
And he shoots across the screen. Like he shoots a gun, like he's like draw, and then he shoots.
Oh shit!
Yeah. So it's cool because if you press B for certain ones, like he actually keeps shooting the can, for example, or it will shoot the skeet, and then those shots will hurt your enemy.
Yeah.
So it's fun, and then he's just with a duck on his back. He just looks awesome. Like he has a fucking duck on his back.
Did you have to unlock him or?
Yeah, he's if you do just battles, I think he's like the fourth to last you unlock.
What about Pac-Man? Have you done Pac-Man yet?
I haven't played Pac-Man that much. I played him I just played him when I got him. Like I tried all the characters out when I got him, but Little Mac and Duck Hunt Dog so far like the ones that I've been like just grinding, like trying to learn how to play them. But all of the actually I played him for quite a bit, and like his grab is pretty much the Galaga ship that grabs you. Yeah, that's what it is.
What the fuck?
Yeah, like he throws out the little beam. And then he grabs you. It's cool.
So it's more like a homage to like
both of those characters are definitely. Little Mac is a little bit more of a like he's just Little Mac. That's it. Like what could you really do? Like,
but he's dude. No, that franchise is so underutilized too. Cause
Punch Out. Yeah,
because Punch Out, I played the Super Nintendo. I played every single one. Like I beat every single one, and they're all fun as hell.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, exactly. Like I think I bought the Wii U one.
Yeah.
That one was fun. Like,
that was exactly.
It was
not Wii U, on the Wii.
Wii, sorry, thank you, Wii. It was basically the Wii Sports Punch, the boxing, but you know,
way more. But it was still better.
It was still better, but I mean, that's what you can compare it to, and it was still. I still bought it. I still like that.
It was way more complex. Like I recommend that. And I don't know. So you recommend the game though for people?
Smash Brothers, yes, definitely. Like it's still one of those things people they don't want to play on the smaller screen. They don't like the the joystick. Yeah. I didn't like the joystick at all either, but I've been getting used to it.
Yeah, just like everything, you get used to it, and you know.
Yeah, I wonder how people I never had a 64. How was that? That controller, like I've never played it. Like I've never played that, so I don't know how people adjusted to that. I can't even imagine.
It was slow as fuck. But I mean, I guess it wasn't slow, but I don't know. Back then it felt slow. Yeah. I guess I probably was the fastest one, but like Melee just felt fast. Like I don't know overall, but I'm not gonna get it. I'm gonna get it for the Wii U for sure, but I don't know. It's still, I need to play it to see it.
Yeah, exactly. And you need a bigger screen. Obviously.
Yeah, I need a bigger screen. I have terrible eyes. I can't play it on
fucking a desktop size.
Yeah, like a laptop size. Yes, I'll take it. I'll buy that for sure. Right? Yeah. Okay. You even go more blind looking at the screen.
All right, other games coming out.
All right, Alien Isolation.
The Sega game, that game.
The Sega game. The reason I say that, guys, is because Sega are dicks when it comes to copyright. I don't know if it's getting third-party claims for anybody, but it might not at all. But we're not gonna play this shit. Like we've had bad experiences with Sega.
I actually considered playing the game.
Yeah.
Obviously not for a game movie, but definitely it's a game. I mean, I've always liked that the aliens kind of what is it? Scenery, setting.
Universe. Yeah, exactly. Like the alien universe. Yeah, I enjoy the movies. I Alien and Aliens were both the first two. I seen all of them, but like those were the best ones.
Exactly.
Especially the first ones really has that kind of like haunted house feeling. Yeah. You know, because that's really what it is, a haunted house.
And exactly. So. That's the only thing I'm expecting from this game. Yeah. Give me kind of like if it doesn't give me what the movies gave me, I'm not gonna be happy. And
what I saw from the reviews right now, they've been mixed. There's been a lot of bad reviews, and there's been some pretty good ones too. And I think for the most part, they all say like the game itself has some really high points. Like it is scary, so there'll be times where you feel like you feel that fear. But overall, as a game, the whole game is stealth and it's slow, and it's like. It looks like it should be like, to me, one of those games that are like 8 hours long, like where you want it to be 8 hours long because you just want it to be a nice, fun, short experience, but it actually takes like 16 to 20 hours to be. So there's a lot of like opening terminals, reading shit, but it's still, like I said, the reviews say that it's scary. Like it is scary, but I don't know, it feels like we didn't miss out on that as much as I thought we would if we wouldn't, because I thought it was gonna be like a really, really good game. I don't know. I can't say I haven't played it yet, so I really can't judge it.
Yeah, we can't just judge it by the reviews.
Yeah, but I can judge Sega. And it's like, and Sega, shame on you, Sega. They got, Bayonetta 2 is not being published by Sega.
Yeah, it's Platinum, right?
Yeah, Platinum and published by Nintendo.
Yeah, so. I can't wait to buy that game. I really want to get, because I'm waiting, for the Wii U version of Smash to buy the Wii U. So that's when I'm gonna get Bayonetta also. For
those of you who follow our channel, we do these game movies, and we play the game, we cut them up, make them look like a movie almost, right? One of the worst experiences making these was Javi. He played Bayonetta Part 1. Not only did he play it, he then edited the whole fucking thing. It took him like maybe 2 days worth of fucking work. I mean, work as much as you want to call it work. But still, 2 days wasted. We put it up. We're excited. It's like, fuck yeah, we're gonna get ready.
The game, I mean, it was
good. It was a good game.
It was just like outrageous, in your face. Her sass was amazing.
Yeah. And then we put it up, and then boom.
And then the text comes in.
Yeah.
Copyright, bro.
Yeah, it's copyrighted, bro. We can't put it up. Sega says no.
It was one of those things though that like I was just happy. Like I was so happy though still because I played it for work.
Yeah.
Quote unquote.
Yeah.
Like
for work.
I gotta play it for work.
Yeah.
Even though it wasn't. I mean, we're not making anything off of it. It's still.
At the end of the day, you can't complain, but it is kind of like fuck, man. Like. It's stupid because other companies don't care. We put up game movies. We've literally got copyright claims from Bungie, and I dispute the claim, and they say, oh, it's okay, the way you use their cutscenes is fine.
Yeah.
Like that's how much I have faith in it now, that at the point that I know who else, like Capcom did it.
Yeah. Devil May Cry.
Yeah, like so it's one of those things where it's like I don't even feel like we're in the wrong too much anymore because we had so much gameplay and so much editing, where it's like the whole experience is different than if you were to play it. It's a transformative experience, which is one of the main things that it says in the copyright law.
Right.
Is that if you provide a different experience, then it's a different work. You know what I mean? So like. It disappoints me with Sega. Whatever, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, usually we get them for music a lot.
Yeah, which you can't help that. Yeah. The record labels are crazy. All right, we're off kilter. Whatever. Next game coming out, NBA 2K15. This game every year comes out. Every year is good. Yeah. So I'm sure it's gonna be good. I don't even want to talk about it too much because it's the same thing every year. Good every year. Next game that's coming out. Drive Club. I'm actually interested in that game. I don't know. Yeah, I think a lot of people were kind of disappointed when they heard about all the microtransactions.
Yeah. Which is one of those things like I'm so used to free to play games.
Yeah.
I'm used to the microtransactions.
Oh yeah, nobody can hit you. Like you can't get sucker punched by no fucking microtransactions.
Like oh, this game. I mean, granted, this game is a full retail game.
Yeah.
But I understand. I mean, they need to make money out. I mean, they're still putting support into the game. You know, they're trying to pay for their employees, and they're giving you stuff that you don't have to buy.
Well, I think the thing was that set them back was that the fact that it was gonna be a free to play game.
Oh, okay.
When the PS4 launched. It's literally been not going to be a year because PS4 came out November something like early November, so they delayed it a year, and now it's a full retail game. If I'm not mistaken, it might be like $50, but
it could be like ground zeros kind of thing.
Yeah, lower the price, but it's still you paying for it, and it seems like microtransactions have a significant impact on the game. So. It looks good, but who knows? You know, who knows? It's gonna come out on Tuesday, so
yeah.
You know, we'll see how good it is. I'm might pick it up. I might pick it up.
Yeah, that might be just
just for fun, just to see.
Just to see it. Yeah. See it. If not, just take it back to GameStop.
Because I'm sure there's no game. I don't think there's any.
If
campaign.
there is, we're gonna be like surprised out of our minds.
Yeah, like what racing game has ever had a good campaign?
Like a good campaign. I mean, because all of them have a good campaign. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like a good story. Yeah,
like they have like a story that, you know, we can do something with.
Yeah, no, but I mean, like I said before, either way, we'll still play a lot of the games, even if they don't have a story, just because we like playing games.
Right.
But yeah, as far as for our channel, I don't think it'll be benefit us.
And another game that probably doesn't have a story is Project Spark.
Ooh, this game looks so fucking good though. Okay, Project Spark is kind of like Microsoft's answer to Little Big Planet.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. It's a little bit even more, I guess, more of a jab too, because they're actually including a lot of their intellectual property, not just as, you know, in Little Big Planet, it's more like skins. It's actual like Conquer. You know what I mean? It's like, oh shit! Finally, they're doing something with them.
Oh, that's right. I remember they had like a DLC thing.
The trailer at the end, I was just like, I don't care. I'm buying it's Conquer. I don't.
Yeah.
I still want to play the game though, to make sure though. I want to see what it is exactly. I have no idea.
I mean, I remember seeing the first like preview of it, like back E3 like 2 years ago, maybe last year. It was last year's E3, and it was just basically you can create your own worlds and your own game, kind of like
it's an open sandbox.
Yeah, it's an open sandbox game. Like we compared it with Disney Infinity and
Skylanders.
Yeah, but this one looks a lot more in depth, and the maps and stuff were cool. And I remember they had like this cool montage at the end where they showed like all the different game types that their testers had made, and you saw like stuff that looked like Galaga to like stuff that looked like Mario. You know, like they just created these crazy game types, a lot like Little Big Planet.
Yeah, like I love games that give you like these physics, like Minecraft and what is it, Little Big Planet do a really good job at. Even though, you know, they give you these things that aren't necessarily meant for, you know, anything else. You can turn it around, and like if you take time and actually engineer, you can actually engineer like freaking an actual working Galaga machine. You know what I mean? Something like that.
It's fucking amazing. But there's no buzz around this game, like at all. I don't know how good it's gonna do. And they even this reminds me of kind of like the Apple mishap thing with U2. I don't know if you heard about that.
Oh no.
Okay, well let me tell you what Project Spark did. Microsoft, they made a whole real music video of a new Linkin Park song.
Really?
Right? So that was like one of their promotional things was just like, oh yeah, we signed with Linkin Park, and they did it. And so like it's kind of like how out of date they are. It's like Linkin Park is no longer relevant, bro. Like I'm sorry, I know Linkin Park was awesome in 2001. You know, like it's now like 15 years later.
Didn't bring it back.
Yeah, like no fucking way. It was just kind of like what happened with Apple. Where with the iCloud, where they signed like $180 million contract with U2, you know, and like so U2 made a whole album, but Apple owns the album, like U2. So basically, they gave that album free to all their new iCloud users, to all these millions of iCloud users, thinking like, yeah, U2, like some, and not to diss U2, is that they have an amazing band who have amazing songs. Yeah. From 20 years ago, you know, like, and so like all these people on iCloud wanted to figure out how to fucking erase the album, this free album. It's like it's almost like when you get your Microsoft computer, your PC, and it has like free Mozart or some shit.
Internet Explorer.
Yeah, like how do you delete all these things? Like, it was just I felt so bad for you too because I was like, come on, man. It was sad. It was just like it was sad because there's such a historic band.
Right. Yeah, but I mean, even if you're historic, I mean, you can't can't launch something like that with. Like they have to be really, really relevant. Like they're still, you know, somewhat relevant, both bands, but it's not like they're super in the force of like they're not like, you know, like sad to say like Taylor Swift or like Justin Bieber. They're not. I mean, they need someone like that, to be honest.
Exactly.
I mean, unfortunately, that's how the crowd is right now.
I think somebody I forgot who it was, but somebody suggested the perfect artist who would transcend all because. If you did like Justin Bieber, a lot of people would be like, "Oh, this chorus is fucking garbage."
But a lot of people would love them.
A lot of people would love it. A lot of people would be like, "Oh, it's garbage." The perfect artist that was said was Kanye West.
Oh God, really?
Yeah, he really is because even all the people who hate him will still say like
and the thing is they don't hate him, you know, for his music.
Yeah, they do
hate him for his but just the way he is. They still say his music is amazing, but.
That's what I'm saying. That's why he's a perfect artist because he's just like, even if you hate his cocky dumbass, like you're just like, fuck, you're in the song.
You're Kanye.
Like
shit, he still need it.
Yeah, this song's gonna be good. Like, you know, or somebody else said Eminem.
Oh yeah.
Because I haven't liked any Eminem album for the past like couple of years.
Right.
The last one was like whatever. You know, it had some good songs.
Yeah.
But like, it's just one of those people who is just like universally. Accepted and admired. It's just like, Eminem's a beast. Like,
yeah, he's just a beast.
All right, last game that's coming out is Rise
for
PC. I don't know. They're not gonna change. They're gonna include all the DLC. It's a whatever thing. I mean,
it's gonna look awesome.
I mean, it's gonna look great. I mean, because it looked amazing on Xbox One. The game wasn't that good, but the story was really good.
Yeah. So I mean, if you like, you know, like this kind of like. Different take on ancient Roman culture. It's a good.
That's putting it lightly. A very.
You know, so like a lot of people like these like alternate, you know, versions of our ways. You know, so it's really cool to look at sometimes, like because we don't know what really happened.
Yeah.
For all we know, Rise got it 100% correct.
Yeah, no, that's true. You're right. You know, Romans can swim in the water with 100-pound armor.
Yeah,
of course they can.
Haven't you seen like their body, their bone structure is just made to carry at least 100 pounds of armor. They can't swim without the 100 pounds of armor.
All I know is that if you're a visual file, whatever the name would that be.
Oh, like what? Like if you're a visual file? I get it now, like an audio, like a video file.
Yeah, like an audio file. Yeah, okay. Gotcha. And if you're a story file, what is like? I don't know what the fuck the word would be.
If you like stories,
if you like stories, buy this game because it definitely has a cool story, and as long as you can get past all the historical inaccuracies. But like,
you mean historical accuracy?
Yeah, right? and then the visuals are amazing. They're amazing on Xbox One, and they're gonna be even better here for sure. Yeah. All right, second story I found interesting about Kickstarter was, you know, Kickstarter is one of those buzz things. Like it's like, I don't want to call it a fad, but this story right now kind of makes it seem like a fad.
Yeah. Go ahead, let them know the story.
All right, so Kickstarter apparently this year is down half in how much people have donated to new projects. So there's a couple of factors in here. But what do you think? Do you think that Kickstarter is a fad and it's fading away, or what?
I have a feeling it's more like people, like, it's one of those things where there's more companies like it coming out.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, it's not really, I guess, the same thing, but even Steam has Greenlight or whatever. Like,
early access.
Early access. It gives you early access to games. While the developer is working on it to help them develop the game further. There's Indiegogo. I'm sure there's a lot more.
Yeah.
You know,
even YouTube has their own thing now.
And I think if I'm not mistaken, for Kickstarter you can do almost anything. Right?
Yeah. It's not just games. It's movies and projects.
So I'm sure there's a lot of like more specialized. You know, there's ones for just clothing and there's ones for just cooking. You know.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's what I mean. Because I was curious if it meant Kickstarter itself is down or the whole donating thing is down.
Yeah.
50%, which I'm sure it just means Kickstarter.
It just meant Kickstarter, and they didn't talk. The story didn't talk about any other
exactly
places. it makes me think that maybe, but Kickstarter might be like the Friendster of donating websites or whatever you want to. I don't know what you would call them, like independent assistants, developer, whatever. Yeah. I don't know what the official name you would call it, but yeah, like you said, there is a lot of other places now, and I think Kickstarter might have to fade into the.
It might even just be. I mean, maybe they're just gonna start settling into a place where they're gonna be. You know, that's just how much they're gonna be getting. Now, you know? Like, because I'm sure people are still on Friendster. You know,
are they? Like,
I don't know. Like, I'm sure there's still those 200 people that are like actively on there. You know what I mean? It's gonna be something similar to that. Like, there's gonna be certain stuff that will only want to be on Kickstarter. Like certain things that want to be, you know, funded that might only go to Kickstarter. In
that case, it would be like MySpace.
Okay,
because like, so if you guys don't know the history of like those social media sites, there's a bunch of them. The one that stood out the most in the beginning was Friendster.
Right.
Then right after Friendster, it was MySpace, and then MySpace became this colossal thing.
Yeah.
That like took what Friendster did and times it times 10.
Yeah.
And then Facebook took what MySpace did and multiplied it by 100, and now Facebook is becoming kind of irrelevant. But there's not really any other website taking over. Yeah, like Google Plus. Yo, you brought jokes today. Yeah, so like nobody's really taking over Facebook. I mean, there's other things like Instagram and Twitter, but those are different things.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I kind of, even though I guess you would call it the MySpace, I kind of see it as a Facebook because there's nothing really else you know about. Like, the only other big one I really know about is Indiegogo.
Yeah.
I don't hear about any of those other ones.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing with YouTube right now. It's just like, who competes with YouTube?
There's I'm sure there's a bunch we just don't know about.
There's like Dailymotion. There's Vimeo. I don't know how to pronounce it. Vimeo.
Yeah.
But like, no real competition.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Nothing to the scale that YouTube is.
So I mean. World Star, yeah, I guess that is a whole.
Yeah, that's a big competition.
That is kind of true. That is kind of true. But yeah, I don't know. It's not that I'd be disappointed for Kickstarter, but I mean, when I first heard of it, I was just like, wow. Like, I think you were the first one to tell me about it, and I was just like, that's a cool idea.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be very disappointed because, like, I mean, it's helped a lot of things. You know, one of my favorite games right now that I've been playing that actually has come out of, I guess, I don't even remember if it was Kickstarter or Indiegogo, but it came out of that whole thing. Yeah. It was Shovel Knight, which is like a homage to like 8-bit Castle Metroidvania kind of game, and it was awesome. So, you know, it's gonna be sad to see like where are these people gonna start going, like these developers that have these great ideas and have somewhat the resources, just not the money necessarily.
Well, okay, but here's the flip side, which we haven't talked about now, and which we should talk about, which is, alright, we're assuming that it's gonna do good because there are these games like Shovel Knight and other successful games.
Mighty Number 9.
Okay, but there's obviously a lot of bad games. Right. There's a lot of developers who don't finish the game. There's a lot of developers that don't. Because if you guys don't know exactly how most Kickstarter things work, is like, let's say a game developer is making a game, they show you a demo, they let you play a demo or something like that, and then if
they don't even have a demo, they just have an idea.
They just have an idea, and they tell you, okay, this is my idea. They want you to donate. Yeah. But if you donate, they usually give you like perks, like, you know, when the game comes out,
you'll get a free copy of the game, or not necessarily free, but
you'll get like I guess like a reduced copy because you already paid, you know, whatever. So you'll get some perks, and a lot of these people don't deliver on their promises. A lot of them do. I can't remember the name. I'm not even gonna talk about it because I don't remember the name of the game right now. But there's this one particular game that Angry Joe did that he really liked, and they made all this list of promises, and then when they actually released the game, out of the 100 promises they made, they only fulfilled like 10 of them. Right. You know, like
and I mean, unfortunately, that's how it's gonna be because you're always gonna have those people that don't get through. Like, a lot of them do. Like, there's so many games that, like, you know, actually got a lot of money that have been actually going through with all their entire list of, you know, not only the promises, but all their perks, you know, sending people stuff, having certain things, you know, and it's really, I mean, I guess you would have to see the business side of it, see how they're actually doing, just to see if it's actually worth it. Yeah. Because I mean, we only see it from how much money the developer is getting, you know, or how much people are donating. We don't know how this is actually affecting everything else, like the development the actual development of the game, and then Kickstarter how they're doing what they're doing with that.
Yeah.
You know?
Kickstarter definitely still has the name. I think when anybody thinks it's something like that,
it's a Kickstarter.
That's a Kickstarter. So
Facebook, right?
Yeah. So if you're a creative and you have a project you want to do, consider using Kickstarter.
Just make sure you have something I actually have something, you know.
Oh yeah, we were talking about earlier, because I mean we do the game movies, but we also like doing creative stuff. We're talking about maybe making a documentary, especially after we saw the Smash Brothers, and I was like, I want to do a YouTube documentary. And I literally thought I was in my bed thinking for hours, just like, what if I made like a demo 10-minute video, and then that way put it on Kickstarter to tell people like, yeah, you want to see a documentary on like the history of YouTubers and shit like that, like fund me so I can go across the country and interview people and all this type of stuff. So I mean, if you're a creative person, I think that
if you have it's definitely a really good site for creative.
Yeah,
to get your creative stuff going.
For sure. So next story you found.
Yeah, just Alienware, like with something we've never talked about, but I kind of wanted to get a little bit of like just see what you thought about it. Alienware has like, I guess they call it like the alpha version of a Steam machine, pretty much. Which, I mean, if people don't know what it is, it's basically a computer that's a console. Yeah, it's basically a computer, but it's basically being kind of repackaged. You know what I mean?
But like because I wonder how the Alienware. Because I know what Alienware is. It's like a gaming computer. But you're talking about they're making a specific like Alienware console, Steam machine type thing. Okay, so the Steam machine is basically a computer, but it only really functions to play games. Well,
I mean, that's its main function. Yeah, it runs off of Windows.
Yeah.
I think you can even put. I don't know if you can put Linux or something, but Linux. Sorry. Yeah. So it's I mean, it's pretty much a computer. Like they haven't really been out, so we don't know if they're like if you can actually just connect it to your monitor and connect keyboards and stuff. Yeah. But I mean, it seems like they're really trying to cater to this like console, because the consoles have done so well because of how accessible they are. Yeah. So I think they're trying to like kind of jump on that. Because they have their library, and if you can play the same games on the computer, kind of like, but it's a console, quote unquote. Yeah. More people will want to buy it.
I guess my question is, this is probably maybe like the fourth. I remember Apple was trying to make a console. Amazon was trying to make a console. Like you said, Steam machine. Now Alienware, and I think more than ever, there's a lot of companies trying to get in this console thing. And my question is just like, what makes it different from a computer? And like you said, it's more accessible. Like some people don't want to build a computer, but I think that they got to provide something else, like like some sort of perk where it's just like, the number one way to sell a console is to have a game that nobody else has. Right. Period. Like there's no secret, there's no fucking like, why should I get a Steam machine to just play games when I can just, even if it takes me more time, I'll build a computer that does a lot more shit than that.
But you, for example, you like building computers. Yeah. Like, you don't mind. But like, I think it's one of those things like, so many people are just like ignorant to the like computers in general.
I agree. I mean,
I think it's one of those things that, I mean, I don't know, I'm not like, to me, it's like, I'm not sure who their market is, because like, I don't see the point of getting a Steam machine if I can build a computer. I already have a computer now. So
but
you know what I
mean? It's because my thought is, okay, there is a market there. I don't think it's that big, to be honest, but let's say there's 20,000 people who want to play computer games but don't want to build a computer, right? I think out of those 20,000 people, maybe 10,000 people would buy one. Right, and then out of those 10,000, I think 5,000 of them would look at the situation and say, okay, I can get a Steam machine for, how much does it cost? Like,
I don't know. Like, I think it was like 5 something.
Really?
No, if I'm not mistaken, that's what
I think we should look this up, because I don't want it to be like $100.
No, yeah. I don't think they're super cheap though. They're not like, they're not a Wii U pretty much.
I'm gonna look this shit up right now. Because I figure, like, let's say it costs $500. Let's just say it costs $500. I think out of those 10,000 people who would buy the Steam machine, I think 5,000 of them would look at it and say, well, okay, maybe I don't want to build a computer, but for $500, I should just spend the extra 100 or actually try to build one, you know, and actually try to do it so that I can have a machine that can edit videos, that can play music. And I don't know what the Steam machine can do. I think I think it could do those things.
Yeah,
but
like for example, like I guess the main thing is they're going to be running their own OS.
Okay, so then that's bad.
Not only that, but if you read right there, it's going to be accessible to people with their personal computers also.
Yeah.
So it's like, what's the point of this then? Like,
what is the fucking point? Let me find this price right here. Tell me the price. The price range of these first machines range from $499 to $6,000. What the fuck?
See, I'm telling you. So I'm very confused how these why it's so. I guess it's. I'm saying it makes it more accessible to people, but it's also really expensive. You know?
Yeah. Okay, so the prototype model is powered by an AMD CPU with a discrete R9 27. You're like, what the fuck is that? 500 gigabyte for $500. That's the prototype. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. Yeah, if the Steam machine becomes a success, I will be fucking shocked. Shocked.
I mean, I thought it was a good idea when I came out, but the more I look in, the more I see about it, it's like I don't see, what's the point of making it? I mean, unless you want your case to be in the shape of a console instead of a giant tower.
Yeah.
You know, but why pay so much? It doesn't to me, I mean, the cool thing about it is though that I can see the prices. I mean, they're kind of high right now.
Yeah.
But I can see the prices lowering a lot as more companies start getting on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
What if a lower end, still good enough to be a Steam machine, but lower end computer company decides to start making it. It'll make it cheaper. So you know, but you can always just make a computer yourself for cheaper too.
I'll give Valve the benefit of the doubt because they're fucking geniuses.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they're developing something specific for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I mean, the thing is
they have their controller.
Because Steam is honestly the fourth console. It's not even PC. Steam is kind of the fourth powerhouse next to Nintendo, Microsoft, and Sony.
Yeah.
Steam is that fucking big, and there's definitely a lot of games on the PC that you can't play on the console, you know, especially in certain real-time strategies.
Real-time strategies are big, especially real-time strategy.
Yeah, imagine League of Legends as the MOBAs. If they can figure out a cool way to do it with their little Steam machine controller, how much more accessible that would be to be dude, yeah. I mean,
because I think it's one of those things people don't like using keyboards. And I honestly think a lot of people wouldn't mind spending the money to have this thing that can just, hopefully, because I'm assuming everything they have is going to be kind of start being catered to that.
Yeah.
If it's going to be on there, so
like I said, if they had some crazy game, imagine if they were saving Half-Life 3 for the Steam machine.
Oh God.
Then I could see them doing something. But as it stands right now, same thing because the original story is about Alienware trying to do kind of the same thing. You know, because Alienware is already a gaming computer, but they kind of want to make a console version sort of thing. Where
and I wonder I'm curious how many just consoles there are out there.
Yeah.
We just
don't know.
See, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They actually have some high-end developers for them. They just don't get to see the light of day, you know?
Those are fun histories to me. I always love thinking about back in the day, everybody knows Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis.
Commodore, what about all those?
What about the TurboGrafx 16?
Yeah.
TurboGrafx 16 was out at the same time as Sega. It's kind of the lost brother of the whole generations. It's
I wonder how many lost brothers we missed.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy to think that the machine was really developed and it didn't, I think there's more failures than there are successes.
Of course.
Yeah, obviously.
Granted, we have 4 major console players right now.
Yeah, because we're including
PC.
Steam,
exactly.
PC, and it's becoming a lot stronger. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't think it'll succeed, but hopefully I'm wrong. I mean, it'd be cool to have the more competition, the better. Honestly,
and because overall, the competition between businesses usually ends up good for us.
Yeah, I mean, lower prices and better products.
Yeah.
Period.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of them are starting to slack it off.
We'll stop buying their product.
Stop buying their product.
Gaming.
That's what we always say, but
Yeah.
it can't happen.
Game Crash 2014. Hackers. Okay. The next story we saw that we really liked, which was crazy, was the hackers were charged with over $2 million worth of stolen property.
It was, I think a small group of a bigger group of hackers was found, and they pleaded guilty to charges of I think it was
copyright infringement, property theft.
Yeah,
because they stole stuff from Microsoft, Activision. They stole stuff from Modern Warfare 3, Epic Games, Gears of War 3.
Yeah.
They even stole stuff from the U.S. Army. They stole like this simulator.
Yeah.
For their helicopter simulator that was developed by like Zombie Studios.
Like, why would you like?
Bro, like, are you crazy? Like,
but you know, like, it's one of those crazy things. Like, you know, this is a story we're hearing of, but you know, there's so many of these things that happen that we don't even know. Like,
yeah, that's true. I mean, they probably happen all the time without us knowing. But to me, it was one of the first times I can remember where I actually see they charged a hacker. Like
they had the 4 names. I can't remember them now, but they had 4 or 5 guys. All in their like 20s, of course. Yeah,
young guys. All of them. 3 of them were from the United States. 1 of them was from Canada.
Right.
And it's like, I can't believe they actually charged hackers. But this is some serious shit.
Yeah.
They did. I think they wouldn't have given a shit if they wouldn't have stole from the U.S. Army. Like, you know, because they stole Modern Warfare 3 pre-release, they stole Gears of War.
Yeah, and they took, you know, usernames and passwords and stuff like that, you know.
And then as soon as they stole something from the U.S. Army, it was like, all right. Then,
shut it down.
Yeah, like, FBI just showed up the next day.
The hammer.
I think that's where they fucked up. Like,
yeah, and it's crazy. Like, I wonder, like, what, like, because, you know, there's a bunch of hackers, and I'm sure they're hacking everything right now, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, like, what does it take to get caught? Like,
yeah,
because I'm sure people hack the army quite often, or try to, like,
or maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, like, I'm sure it happens. It has to happen. It's just like these guys got caught. I wonder how like scary it is, like that.
They would have fucking heart attack when they come and bust into your room.
Boom! Yeah, I can't even imagine.
Are you sexy guy 1225?
Are you big dong, Mr.
Are you Mr. Big Dong 8733? No.
No. But I'm just, these hackers, I mean, it's getting more prominent too.
Yeah, I mean
they've always been there. They've always lurked there.
I mean, we live in a digital world now where everything is hackable. Up to your bank account, everything that in your life is almost hackable. Seriously, like, and these things I think are gonna become more of a crime over time. Like, they're gonna be more recognized, but like, like I said, I can't think of like not even one situation where
you've heard of, like,
where I heard that hackers got arrested.
I mean, you always hear stories. Oh, hackers got into this. Hackers got into that.
Yeah.
But I'm sure they do something about it. But we never really like.
Yeah, I mean, they just don't care until they get hit. You know, like, because people keep, like, all these companies are losing a lot of money because the hackers are hacking the shit.
What is it? The iCloud?
Yeah.
Apple, I mean, it's getting hit a lot right now.
Yeah, and I don't think the FBI gives a shit. You know, they don't give a shit if Kim Kardashian's nudes are fucking leaked or Jennifer Lawrence's.
Right. I mean,
you know,
they're trying to do something.
Yeah, but I guarantee you, they fucking hacked the CIA's goddamn iCloud. then they'll do something about it, and they'll find them. I know they can find them. Like, there's no fucking way they can't find them.
I guess it's just one of those things where they just prefer to monitor them instead. You know what I mean? Like, just watch what they're doing, make sure it's nothing like really, really bad. Like, because the stuff they do is bad.
Yeah.
So I guess they're waiting for something like unforgivable, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like hacking the U.S. Army.
Yeah.
For a helicopter simulator.
Yeah. Well, and that is pretty bad too, though, because you could literally steal a helicopter. I mean, if you had the balls to do that. Yeah. But like, you could literally steal a helicopter and fly it out because you got this, you got their simulator, so you know how to do it. You know. So I don't know. I mean, I just, it's funny. It's just funny to me because it's just like, what the fuck? They finally caught a hacker. Like, I was looking down the list and I was just like, okay, Modern Warfare 3. I remember people playing that early years ago. Yeah, I was like, yeah. Oh, the U.S. Army. Like, oh shit, no wonder they got caught. Man. All right, last story. So a couple of days ago, new trailer premiered for the movie Interstellar. I'm really excited about this. It's a Nolan flick.
It's a Nolan flick.
Yeah, I don't really get into. I know Christopher Nolan made Dark Knight and
he made Memento,
and he made Inception.
Yeah.
So obviously he's made great films, but that don't mean shit to me because George Lucas.
Yeah, he's not. It's weird because, like, you know, when we think of big names, like even like new directors, you don't really think of their names, even if they had an amazing.
Yeah.
You know, it's always like Spielberg, Lucas. Like,
yeah.
Even me, I'm younger than you. Like, you know, the younger generation, they don't even know directors' names really. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe what's his name? That one. Tyler Perry. That's probably like, but that's because he fucking puts his name on the movies. You know what I mean?
Did you just say Tyler Perry?
I'm just saying. Like,
no, yeah, I know.
You know, it's like one of those things. Like, why would you like you wouldn't go to someone else? Have you seen that latest Christopher Nolan movie?
Yeah. Well, I guess people do say that nowadays because now I guess the whole new generation is coming up, like Zack Snyder and.
Oh, you're right, Zack Snyder.
And I don't know who else. Like Spielberg, Lucas, Scorsese.
There's other people directing movies.
Yeah, I guess the whole generation. No, I mean, dude, obviously I love Nolan.
Directors are awesome.
I love Nolan's films and
J.J. Abrams, sorry.
Yeah, there's another one exactly. Of the new school. But this movie looks really good.
Yeah. I'm not a huge Matthew McConaughey fan. I mean, he's cool. I like some of his movies, but like it's kind of weird. Like I've never liked. I don't remember a movie where he has the main role that I really like. Yeah. But this movie looks like his role, and then just the way the movie is, the setting is awesome. The Interstellar. I mean, obviously the Interstellar flight, and there's been movies about this, but.
Well, the reason I love this movie is because I know that the science behind it is sound, which I love.
Sound like
it's solid, like it's real physics as we know it.
Okay.
You know, like it's the science behind it makes sense. It's not like some fake science or some shit like know some sci-fi shit. I mean, obviously there's stretches here. So the whole gist of the movie is something happens on Earth a couple of years in the future, let's say 50 years in the future. There's some natural disaster. There's like some dust storm that happens on Earth that really depletes our resources and kind of makes Earth almost inhabitable to the point where we're gonna die. We're gonna run out of food. We're dying. We have no way to make food anymore. We're just living on our own supplies. Right. So I believe some wormhole. Scientists find a wormhole that opens up in space, and it's believed. See, I know these things because I've read about them because I'm really interested about interstellar travel. Because it'd be cool if we humans can make contact with,
or just not live on Earth anymore.
Yeah,
once we deplete it, we need to go somewhere else to deplete that place.
Yeah, please, let's just go fuck others. Fuck up some other planet. But anyways, a wormhole in theory will let you travel through space.
Yeah, it's like a
space and time, like a shortcut to like another galaxy. So instead of going, because there's no way for us to travel to another with our technology, it would literally take hundreds of thousands, if not millions of years.
Yeah, like it's one of those things. Like I always like for movies where they try to move the entire planet off Earth. Yeah, it's just like, first of all, you don't even have the resources to survive anymore. So you're gonna tell me you're gonna have the resources to survive a 100,000-year journey? Yeah, it's like,
it's not gonna happen. I don't care how long your goddamn cryo sleep is. So I mean, this makes sense. Like theoretically, scientists believe that wormholes exist. We just haven't found one.
Okay.
All right. So it's like, okay, cool. And then they gotta find another habitable planet where we can move, or at least not so that we all can move, just so like Adam and Eve can move.
So the rich people.
So fucking Donald Trump and his wife can move there, and humanity can live on or whatever. So, but yeah, I mean, it just seems really interesting. I wasn't really excited about it till this last trailer because they actually showed some of the planets, two planets. They found 2 planets, and it was like a snow planet and a water planet. It was because they set it up perfectly. They're like, she's like, oh, mountains. Like, so it's like they found land. They were happy because they were
all water.
Yeah, and he's like, bro, that's not
that's not
a mountain. That's a fucking wave coming at us.
You can see that look up. They're like,
yeah, it's like a towering wave coming toward them
across the planet. It looks like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's like, what the hell?
Dude, and I think it's gonna be a successful movie because, for one, Christopher Nolan. Everything he touches is gold.
Right.
Except for Superman, the Man of Steel.
He didn't direct it.
Yeah, he produced it. That's why I tell you, produce means nothing to me. I used to think they used to trick me that way when I was younger. They're like, produced by Steven Spielberg, and I'm like, oh my God, shit. Gonna be amazing. Yeah, before I knew what the fuck a producer does. Like, producer has nothing to do with making the movie. He just produces shit.
He's like a what is it? A publishing.
He's like the money guy who finds out how to get shit. He doesn't do anything creatively in the movie. Anyway, I think we have like this human obsession with finding other life, right? That's like, what's the meaning of life? It's like finding other life, right? Because we want to find somebody else to give us the answers. And
sometimes I think it's just like, I just think we want to just compare ourselves. Like, we don't even want the answers. We just want to see how much worse or how much better we are than like, other civilizations. Like, are we
the supreme civilization? Yeah. Which everybody theorizes that we're not.
Yeah, you know, but everyone acts like, I mean, we as human beings, we act like we are.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Because we don't know any better.
Exactly.
You know,
and I think it's one of those things that just curiosity is like, are we the best? Like,
are
we the intelligent? Like, are we the intelligence? Like, is that what we are? Are we like? Are we the aliens in all the
in the movies?
Like, are we the people making contact? Like, what if everyone, like, you know what I mean? Like, everyone's the aliens and we're making contact with them. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like, we end up becoming superpowered. Yeah. We show up on our spaceship. Just like, yeah. To me, it's a great question, and I wish that in my lifetime we make some contact, as long as we don't get fucking destroyed. Like,
yeah, see, that's the thing. Like, you have to have. You're gonna take the contact. You take it either any way it comes, or you don't take any contact. Right?
Oh, I can't choose.
You can't have nice contact.
Okay. I want nice contact. No, dude, it'd be great just because, like I said, we all want answers. Like, we don't. What is our purpose of life? How did the universe begin? Whether you believe in God or whether you don't, it's one of the.
I just want to know what.
Yeah.
What happened? Like, I want to meet the person that is still alive from the beginning of creation.
Yeah, like, because if God is real, then I want to meet that guy.
Or just anything, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like what was it? I think it was Futurama, the Gibble, I forgot his name, but the little guy with the eye, Nibbler. Remember?
Yeah,
his species was before creation, so they saw everything happen.
They knew exactly what fucking happened.
Yeah, I've always wanted, like, can you imagine, like, getting into that room? Like, because in all movies, it seems like the same thing, where you go into a room and there's a light that shines on you, and you hear these voices speaking from out, like, this, like, judge's table, just telling you the creation, like, how everything began.
And it's every movie that's ever been made like that I've seen never gives you a concrete answer.
No, they can't.
Because there is no concrete answer, because we don't know.
Right.
And, like, I guess if they try to give you a concrete answer, then it doesn't
never live up. Like,
it would never live up to what
possibly be.
Yeah.
You know, what can a filmmaker possibly? What was the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy answer? Was it like 47 or something?
I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, they have like a number. That's the meaning of life.
Yeah.
It's like,
well, like, why? I don't get it. Like,
it's just you wanted to know what it is. That's what it is. I can't
figure it out. Figure it out.
We don't even know how to explain it. You know what I mean?
And in video games, bringing it back to video games, some of our biggest franchises are based on that human aspiration. Halo and Mass Effect. Because the whole thing about Halo is that the humans go out into the stars, because, you know, humans by nature, like we say, we deplete resources because that's what we've done. But at the same time, we're explorers. They always want to explore the next thing. Earth has been explored. You know, the next frontier is in space. It sounds corny because it's just like the Star Trek thing, but that's the truth, you know? And that's why I said, like, Mass Effect, for example. Even in Mass Effect, I haven't played part 2 or 3, but I just got through part 1. and their whole thing was like the whole thing in Mass Effect, if you haven't played it, is humans. There's like 100 years from now, they go to Mars. And in Mars, we finally, like, we've been to Mars. We haven't really been to Mars. Like, we had a little robot rolling around in Mars, but we haven't been to Mars yet. And so, like, they go to Mars, kind of like Destiny, same thing. Yeah. All right? And Mars, they find this ancient civilization that lived there. Like, they find these ruins, and they find these things called mass relays. And with those mass relays, they can travel pretty much like wormholes, you know, and that effect that the relays make is called a mass effect, and that's why it can.
Did they say that in the game?
Yeah, that's literally the intro of the game. That's literally the intro of the game. You're like, oh, okay, that's why it's called Mass Effect. This whole time you didn't know. No, but yeah, it's one of those things where that's their answer. Maybe in part 2 and 3 they answer. I know in the end they answer it more, but as like if you just play part 1, that's the answer to like what was the beginning of life and all that. It's just like, I don't know. There was another civilization here before us, and then like you find out later in the game, it was just like, well, this has been going on forever. Like, as far as we can tell. Yeah, like it's just like the civilization. These Reapers destroy civilization, and then a new civilizations rise up, and then the same thing happens over and over, and nobody knows where the original mass relays came from, like who created them. It's kind of like even the Matrix, when Neo finds out from the architect, and he's just like, you're not the first, you're not the one, like you're one of many ones, and it's just like, okay, so you never get the whole answer. It's just kind of like,
and I mean, it's disappointing, but like, I wonder, it's gonna be like, how much more disappointing is everyone gonna be if that's what we get when we figure it out?
Yeah, like when we really do make first contact and we tell the aliens like, all right, so what's the meaning?
So you have infinite knowledge. Yeah. Now tell us how everything began. Oh, we don't know.
We don't know. Some niggas came before us.
They have infinite times 2 knowledge.
Yeah,
like, they don't know.
Yeah, they passed away millions of years ago, so we don't know. We're just like, bro, like,
what's the point?
Yeah,
we're just gonna nuke you now.
Yeah, it's over. But yeah, I don't know if Interstellar will answer that question, and it doesn't have to, because even those movies that haven't, just the mystery of it is exciting and it's fun. And it seems like this movie has that excitement.
You know, sense of awe.
Yeah, exactly. That sense of human achievement and inspiration and all that. And I don't know. I just saw that last trailer and I was like, wow. Like, oh man, I can't wait to see it. I can't wait.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna check it out. I mean, I'm still very iffy on it, just because I even from the trailers, like I'm curious if that's even the route they're gonna go. If his trailers can be so misleading.
Oh yeah, I mean, oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because I've seen a lot of trailers for like where they seem like they have this really awesome premise, and then they just like ruin it like in the first 5 minutes, and it doesn't like it just ruins what the trailer brought out.
Dude, for all we know, they make it to those planets and dying, and then that's the end. You know what I mean? Like, if anything,
that'd be a good ending.
Like, I mean, but if anything, like if we didn't see those 2 planets, it would make the movie better, because when we do see the planets in the movie, it would have been like, oh shit. But they have to show you the planets to make you excited, because you're like, oh shit, 2 planets. Like,
yeah, like they can't just not show us. Like, they have to do something. Yeah, you're right.
Side tangent on movies in general and trailers like that. Like, we talk about, this is the hype machine, where we're talking about games. 2 weeks ago, we're talking about how hype can ruin games.
Destiny.
Like Destiny. Like, okay, I know Destiny is a good game and a lot of people love it, but a lot of people hate it too because of the hype. One movie, I'm old enough to remember this. I was in middle school when this happened. Saving Private Ryan. If you watch the original trailers, it might be one of the top 10 worst trailers ever made. Like, the trailer was so bad, like you didn't even want to watch the movie.
Really?
But the whole thing was Steven Spielberg didn't want to show you the amazing action, because the action was so groundbreaking that he didn't want to show it to you until you got to the movies, right? And I remember the commercial was just like 9 men to save 1 man, and you're just like, that's stupid. Why would they do that? You know, it doesn't make any sense. And they didn't show you any action at all. But what ended up happening? So a lot of people didn't watch it, you know, but it gained all this buzz because of the Oscars, and people started watching it, and it became one of those words, dude, like you have to fucking watch this movie. I swear to God.
I remember I was in high school, and I was in high school now, and my friends were like, they brought up a reference from Saving Private Ryan, and I was like, oh. Okay.
Yeah.
And then later on, they're like, "Have you ever seen Saving Private Ryan?" And the whole school, by the end of the day, knew I haven't seen it. Knew I hadn't seen it.
No, because the thing is too. I might be wrong, but it's one of those. It's like it's not hit or miss. It's hit. Like it's not like The Last of Us where it's like you're gonna be disappointed. It's just like it doesn't matter who you are. You're gonna like this fucking movie. Like I don't care. You're gonna like this movie.
We're gonna get like 500 people only.
No, bro. Tell me you don't like Saving Private Ryan, and that's the moment you get banned from the channel. Like, nah. I mean, like it's such a good movie, but the whole point was okay. The hype machine. So Steven Spielberg didn't show all these things in the trailer, but then what happened? The word of mouth carried it. And so I remember literally watching them, and I was just sitting there, like the first 5 minutes, he's like walking toward the grave. He's an old man, and then it's just like okay, it just seems whatever. And then when the first action hits, it's like it's so intense. Like I teared, like I was crying, like just because like it was one of those movie moments that you only experience 1 or 2 times in your lifetime. People have described that when the first time they saw Star Wars in the 70s. You think about how good Star Wars is now. I mean, like the old ones. Like, imagine how groundbreaking it was in 1977.
Yeah. And that's true because the hype machine, like the complete opposite is Set for Destiny.
Yeah.
It showed us everything it possibly had.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And deceived us to what it was. Like it made it seem like it was
gonna have more than
it really does. Yeah, it was just like all the worlds are so big, the biggest maps we ever made. And I was like, yeah, they're big, but they're like, they're I don't know. It's just the hype machine killed it.
I mean, granted, I love the game, but it did like I'm still waiting for the game to be done. Like
yeah, and it's gonna get better. And I know, I'm not dissing it. It's a good game, but it's just the hype machine killed it for me. For me, it killed it, and I wish more people. I guess I love that's the thing too. I love great trailers.
Yeah.
Like I love great trailers. So that's the other half of it, where it's kind of like they do make you excited. They make you go watch it, and then you're like, yeah, it was okay, but the trailer was better. Hey, that's a common phrase everybody says now. The trailer was better in the movie.
I guess one of the movies I thought of right now is Watchmen.
The
trailer was awesome.
Yeah, it was. I remember.
And the movie wasn't horrible, but it was just not. It was just like I was left kind of disappointed.
It was too slow. Too slow. And then the trailer just kind of made it seem more high impact. They didn't really show a lot of the slow moments, which so the whole thing with Interstellar is like, we don't know what the trailer's showing now, if it's trying to hide stuff or showing too much stuff. But like I wish that Saving Private Ryan to me is a perfect example, just because that to me word of mouth always carries over. There's so many movies that you can think about, like even a movie like Juno. Like I remember Juno, it was just like it became one of those like, oh, it's a funny movie you have to watch. It's a good movie. I didn't really. It was okay. Like it wasn't that great, but I went to watch it because the word of mouth was so strong. Like word of mouth is always going to be more powerful.
That was definitely one of the movies like with my group of friends that got really popular.
Yeah.
Just from one friend like, dude, this movie's really good.
Yeah, you gotta watch this shit.
And we ended up watching it like 8 times so everyone could watch it in our group.
Yeah. Oh, what's crazy too? Last thing about the Saving Private Ryan thing was a lot. It did good, but Steven Spielberg felt that the movie was better than what it did. So he actually and nobody's really ever done this. He actually re-released the movie, like so. Usually the movie has like a 3-month run in the theater or something like that, like 3 months, and then it goes to DVD and VHS or whatever. So it had its 3-month run. And then he re-released it like a month later, again. So it was like they kind of put it back out there into thousands of theaters again. So because now they had that word of mouth.
I think like Silver Lining Playbook did that too.
I wouldn't doubt it, because Oscar buzz definitely can do that to movies. But I can't really think of many examples other than
Avatar did the same thing.
Avatar, I don't think Avatar ever left the theater. Yeah, I don't even think they.
I watched the movie. I didn't like it, but I still want to see the 3D theater experience. Yeah, when it comes back out.
Yeah,
because everyone like was saying that the 3D, the way the movie looked was amazing.
Yeah, and I didn't see it in theaters either.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the hype was too. I hate when things have so much hype that I'm like, oh fuck it. I liked the movie when I saw it. I liked it. But like I didn't go watch it in theaters because the hype was too strong.
Yeah, everyone's refused to just watch it.
Yeah,
I refused to watch it like not in theater just because I don't.
Just stubborn. It's like I don't know. Fuck.
I just wanted the only thing I know for sure, or as far as I can tell, the only thing that's for sure is that the effects are amazing.
Yeah,
that's all I care about. I don't care about the movie. I just want to watch the effects.
Well, part 2, 3, 4, and 5 are coming out.
Yeah, so
in like the next 2 years. So
and they better bring up those effects.
Yeah, they're gonna be amazing because that's what James Cameron does best. Yeah. But anyways, guys, long talk about hype and stuff, but. We'll see you guys next week on the game, or what's her name?
Nerds with Glasses.
Nerds with Glasses.
We've been talking too long, we forgot.
We'll see you next week on Nerds with Glasses.
It's one of those things like we have so much other stuff to do. We're like, wait, which one are we doing?
Yeah, we're doing Nerds with Glasses, right? All right, guys, we'll see you next week on Nerds with Glasses. My name is Knowledge.
And I'm Javi.
Peace
Peace out, guys.